Guys, so this is the part of the training where like some secrets are going to be revealed. All right. I've got a little diagram behind me. That means that like stuff's about to get real. Okay. We're going to talk about those ways that you can grow a business using just business development techniques versus putting a lot toward marketing. And I'm not saying that you don't need marketing in your business. Everybody has to market their business, but you don't usually have to increase your marketing budget in order to increase your income. And a lot of times you don't need a marketing budget at all to be able to grow your business exponentially. So take your glasses off, they're kind of streaking it up a little bit. Okay, so what I want to show you here is what an actual normal business looks like. All right, so this represents money. This in the scale here, this is the money. The money grows up, and then this is time. As time passes, money goes up, and this is what it ends up looking like. Like a normal business that is growing is having money coming in over time. All right. And so this is what people think that they want their business to look like. All right. But in reality, here's what the business looks like. Here's what the business looks like. Here's what the business like. These are usually what the business actually looks like. And some of these are really good and some of these are really bad. So let me show you. Okay. People who are in startup mode, they're going to be one of these two up here. This here is a steady income that is low, that is not growing, it is not going anywhere. This means right here that you're probably not really doing much of anything at all to market your business. Like this is throwing spaghetti through all, hoping it sticks, not really putting any effort into it at all. And a lot of brick and mortar businesses are here because they figure there's a little bit of income coming in, and because money's tight, they don't want to budget anything for marketing and things like that. They want to try to just get by with word of mouth, and organic means. And sometimes that's okay, but they're not going to grow because remember, the whole point of this is to grow and expand the business. Okay. So if this is, where you're at and you're cool with it, then I don't even know why you're watching this video. But this over here is something that service providers know very, very, very well. That is called feast or famine. Okay, you work, you market, you get a client, you've got a lot of money, you think you're rich, you go spend that money, then you are broke, and because now you're spending your time actually doing what you're supposed to be doing in your business, you don't have time to market anymore, and so then your income, it tanks down here because now you don't have a fresh supply of people coming in, because you can only do one or the other. You only have time to run your business or you have time to market it. So feast or famine is very unstable. It is unsteady income and you really never know. I mean, it's like, it looks like shark teeth, right? Because it's just a bad place to be. You don't want to be guessing where your next penny is coming from, where your next client's coming from. You don't want to leave yourself stuck and vulnerable like that. So these are pretty much, these indicate startup mode. Okay. This here, this is called exponential growth. That is number 4 is what happens when you kind of get off your ass and do something about your income. Whether it's, you've hired a coach, you've started, a different marketing technique, you've done something that has caused your growth to shoot up. Like you've had a growth spurt, okay? Because like the business is just like going along normal, and then just suddenly somewhere in here, it looks like somebody's done something and it's caused that income to skyrocket, okay? Now, this here is controlled growth, okay? I'm sorry, my cat is messing with my stuff. Anyway, this is controlled growth right here, okay? It looks like stair steps, and that is perfect. Like there should be like this aura around this, like just bright and glowy to say, oh, look, this is what you want, okay? It's controlled growth that you get to control. All right. And what you do is you're using kind of like the same techniques you did to cause this. All right. So your business is growing along, and then somewhere right in here, you get like this plateau, like, it stops growing in here. So right around here, it just, people start getting bored. All right. Then you got to create like a change point, like something has to happen that will shoot this income back up, and it creates your next stair step. And then after a while, you're going to flatline again. So you need to create another change point that skyrockets the income again. Then it's a cycle. Do you see how that works? Like just over and over and over. But it's controlled. All right. So every time your business plateaus, you're like, oh no, you're not. Skyrocket the income, you grew again, and now you're growing, you're just always growing because you know how to control how to grow. Don't worry, we're getting there, all right? But how do you want to show you this? Because this here is renew or die. Renew or die. This is the 4th stage of business. Right here is, if you get up to here and you do nothing, you are going right back down. You are going to die. Okay? So when you get up to here, you've got to do something, whether it's, you can diversify by like solving a whole new problem for the same audience, or you can solve the same problem in a new way. You can introduce, new products, new services, things like that. Like you have to do something to keep that income going up. Okay? I want a quick story here. I want to share with you what happened to Blockbuster, because Blockbuster is one of the most well-known screw-ups of all time. Okay, Blockbuster pretty much, like, they had the market. Like, they were really doing great. They were doing this controlled growth here, with the stair steps, because they had their stores where people were going in there, okay, and to diversify and to skyrocket their income a little bit, what they do, okay? So let's say like right here, they said, okay, well, let's introduce, we're not going to just do movies, we're going to do games too, okay? So we're doing games, all right? There's their income. Then they're like, well, there's so many people coming in the store, why don't we offer another product for them, all right? Well, what are we going to offer? Well, a perfect companion to a movie or a game is, why don't we provide snacks? Bam! They've solved another problem, all right? Now we can go to Blockbuster and get games, and we can get our snacks. It's like a one-stop shop, That's pretty cool, right? Okay. So, then introducing Netflix. So everybody's running over to Netflix, and Blockbuster says, well, what are we going to do, guys? Well, here's what we're going to do. We need to have money, so we're going to start charging more on late fees. We're going to start charging $50, $70 for somebody to have a movie that's late, or that's literally, I got charged that after about a week. When it gets to the point that you have to pay for it, they don't charge you like a normal amount. Like, it was just like ridiculous, astronomical amounts. And so people were saying like, wait a minute, I really kind of like this that Netflix is doing, because now I don't even have to leave my home. All I have to do is mail them, like, because back then you could mail them. So Blockbuster's like, okay, but late fees. All right, well, unfortunately, that didn't work out. That wasn't a very good plan for them. So yeah, they had a little bit of extra income from the late fees for a little while. Then they started streaming, just like Netflix did. Or not streaming, but they brought their stuff online just like Netflix did. And so people are starting to get fed up. They're uncomfortable with these late fees and stuff. They're like, first we have to drive all the way there, or if we don't, then we have to mail them back. And then like if they get lost in the mail, and sometimes we forget to mail them. So, people were they were getting really unhappy with the late fees. And so Netflix says, okay, well, we'll just start streaming. Now you don't have to worry about a late fee. We're going to charge you like a monthly fee, and we're going to stream, and you're going to have all these movies, you know. You don't have to go to Blockbuster. You don't have to leave your house. You know, they don't have snacks like Blockbuster, but of course, you know, that's a pretty good deal now, because now you don't have to worry about late fees. So because Blockbuster refused to compete with that, they were like, no, we can't do that. You know, we're kind of attached to our late fees, and, you know, we're not going to innovate at all, okay? And so that's why Blockbuster's dead now, and Netflix is king. Because Netflix listened to people and solved the problem based on what their audience thought the problem was, which was the late fees, rather than what Blockbuster, you know, thought the issue was. Blockbuster, you know, they didn't really care that there were late fees. They were like, look, you know, we've provided you with all this stuff. This is our model, and you just have to deal with it. Well, when the competition ends up coming along and doing better than you, and you don't fall in line, that's what happens. It also happened with Polaroid. Polaroid's dead because iPhone came out. They were serving people better. You know, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and it really doesn't matter what kind of a business you have, or like the size of it. You still have to worry about these things, and you have to keep an eye on what your competition's doing, because your competition, if you are not serving your people, your competition will come along and they will serve them for you. Okay, so I want to talk about the 7 ways that we can create these change points and keep your business constantly growing, so that you never have to get stagnant and stale and all of that. Okay, so there's actually only 7 ways to grow a business. Just 7. Like, there's no more than that. You're not going to find any other way to grow a business. You need more leads. You need more conversions. You need a larger transaction size. You need a higher frequency of sale. You need a higher lifetime value. You need to diversify, and you need to penetrate your market. Okay, so let's talk about those 7 things real quick. All right, like, what can we do to get more leads? Okay, well, if you need more leads, you talk to more people. You get more eyeballs on your stuff. And that could be expanding your pipelines through social media. Like, maybe you were only on Facebook. Let's add in Instagram, or let's add in Twitter, or let's add in LinkedIn. Let's go somewhere else. Let's like get more eyes on your stuff. Okay, you can do ads. You can do like Facebook ads. You can do Google ads, YouTube ads. You can also do solo ads, and solo ads are where you basically you pay somebody and they put your ad out to their email list. It's not like buying the email list, because you personally are not the one sending the email. The email is actually coming from the person who owns the email. Okay, and so that's what solo ads do. You can do other forms of media, like being featured on podcasts. You can be featured in local media, like call your local radio station or something like that. You can even get a PR person to put you on national media. You can use email, shoot out, you know, an extra email campaign. You can use snail mail. There are so many ways that you can increase your leads. It's crazy. So, you know, you don't always have to have more money in order to bring more leads in. Now, conversions is a little bit different. Like, a normal conversion rate, you know, it's somewhere between like 1% and 5%, 10% if you're good. Most of you are not good. So listen, even if all you did is move your conversion rate from 1% to 2%, you've doubled your business. So you stop thinking of like, I've got to make this, you know, I need to double my money, so it needs to be like this big major thing. Like, literally all you have to do is, if you're converting, you know, at 1%, you need to bump that up to 2% by tweaking probably what you're already doing. And it's really not going to be a whole lot of effort. Just, you know, you can re-script your conversations, your sales conversations. If you are using like a sales video, or a sales page, put a sales video on it. Like, think of the ways that you can kind of tweak your sales pages and your conversations to increase those conversions just a tiny bit, because a little bit is going to go a long freaking way. Okay. Increase your average transaction size. That's your upsells, guys, and your downsells. Like, in a really elaborate funnel, you'll have like, first they'll hit you with the upsell, like you're buying something that is $49.99. That's your tripwire. So what they'll hit you with is something for $500. Like, okay, this is $497. You want this too? And then, you know, you're either yes or no. There's like a 20% conversion on upsells. It's crazy. But they work because you literally have somebody sitting there with their wallet out already. Like, you've already won that person. So that's why upsells are so amazing. But sometimes they'll say, no, like, I don't want to spend an extra $500 right now. So then they reintroduce the downsell. So then they're like, okay, well, if you don't want that, that's cool. But before you check out, why don't you look at this one? You know, maybe this will fit you better. And then, you know, the downsell could be somewhere that's like $97 or $100, you know, or maybe even $200. So it's a lesser amount. So, you know, it's a way to increase the transaction size. Like, you want them to buy more at a time. Okay. It's exactly why when you go to the grocery store, they have, you know, beside the checkout aisles, they have like all this extra shit, because they know you're going to grab that extra stuff, because, you know, and that's going to increase the transaction size. Okay. So, what's that other one? Frequency of sale. So the frequency could be like, just make more offers, like make offers more often. Okay. And don't worry about making too many offers. You cannot make too many offers. Okay. An offer is different than a pitch. Like, if you are going around and you're using like the principles of persuasion and you're making people feel like a real piece of shit, like their business is gonna, you know, tank and go in the ground, and you're just really, really coming on strong, to me, that's a pitch. Okay. But if you're making an offer, you're just like, hey, okay, so I can help with that. You know, would you like some help with that? It's really simple, really easy. Or, hey, if you know, a simple call to action, like, hey, if you want to learn more, go here, you know, because it puts everything in it puts the ball in their court. And so they can decide then, like, yeah, I want to do that. No, I don't. And they don't have to feel like crap about it. Okay. So as long as you're not making people feel like crap, then offer away. You can literally make an offer every single day. And it normally doesn't bother people, okay? Because the people that you're talking to should already know that you have a business and that you want to make money at it, okay? You don't have to lie. You don't have to hide the fact you want to make money. Everybody wants to make money, right? I mean, why would you be in business, okay? So, lifetime value. Let's talk about the lifetime value, all right? That is loyalty. You need loyalty programs in place. You need great customer service. The longer you can make people feel special, the longer they are going to stick with you, and they will buy anything that you have to sell forever and ever. Like, they're going to stick with you if you turn them into fans. They're going to be loyal, all right? So that is why you must have excellent customer service. Like, if you up your customer service game, you can double your income, because that's more people who are not falling through the cracks, and they're literally going to buy everything that you put in front of them. And a lot of times they buy, even if they didn't need it, they just buy it because it's yours. Okay. So, that brings us to diversification. And diversification, that's like, we've kind of covered that a little bit. Like, how do you diversify? You know, it's offering complementary products and services and things. Like, it's solving a new problem in a different way, and things like that. Like, you can be creative and diversify your business to bring in more money in your business. Okay. And then number 7, that is market penetration. That is when You are really like okay, if you think about the problem that you solve, like, okay, say, you solve shoulder pain, okay? You make pain pills, all right? And I've got a really bad achy shoulder, okay? So you're kind of telling me that, like, you can fix my shoulder problem, all right? I have a ghost, my light went out, yeah, I know. But I have a shoulder problem, and you can fix the pain, okay? And so you can talk to me about this, but I have the pain because I have arthritis, all right? I have arthritis in the shoulder. Now, it's something different than someone else with shoulder pain, all right? It doesn't mean that you can't solve the problem. It means that you have to talk to me about that problem just a little bit different than you talk to somebody else about it. Because if somebody is healing from an injury, that's different than arthritis, okay? So the way that you describe how you're going to help that person and what's going on with them is going to be just a little bit different. So a lot of times the market penetration, it's just changing your messaging around just a little bit to draw in somebody, from a different segment of the market. Because if you're talking to me about arthritis all the time, this person over here who's healing from an injury doesn't understand that you can solve the problem. Okay, so that is the 7 things, 7 ways you grow your business. And if you notice, not one time did I talk about spending more money and, it must be ads, it has to be, all this funky marketing stuff. This is business development. This is tweaks that can help you create those change points that just keep your business growing. So that is all for this video, and I hope that you guys got a lot out of it. Put your questions below.